Welcome, Diecast fans. I'm Tom Spanners-Watson.
And I'm Frankie Guru Gibbs.
And welcome to the final round of the GT Manufacturers Cup.
Now, those keen-eyed viewers will notice all of the utes and pickup trucks around the track. That's because after we put out the call for the Outlaws Bogan edition, all the boys have started rolling in because they're super keen to see it.
And who can blame them, because I'm certainly keen to see it as well. Frank, what's the Bogan baby doing there?
I'm going to say he's getting lippy because he's quite a mouthy little shit.
Not what I mean, Frank. Maybe let's just move on and introduce the drivers in the final.
That kid does have a mouth on him.
First up, we've got Anton LaRue driving the Renault Sport, the number 82 weighing in at 31 grams.
Then we've got Hans Gruber driving the BMW weighing in at 35 grams.
Wendy Williams driving the Bentley Continental GT3 weighing in at 39 grams.
And finally, Walter Becker driving the other BMW weighing in at 36 grams.
Now, it's going to be a little bit tough to tell two BMWs apart, but Becker does have the decal on the roof.
Yeah, it can be incredibly hard to tell these boys apart with just a number on the side because it's so small.
All right, Anton LaRue out early, but here comes Wendy Williams up the outside. Nice overtake down State Highway 1. LaRue in chase mode, and then the two BMWs in behind. It looks like Hans Gruber in third place. Williams leading them up Magnus Mountain through the switcher first. LaRue making a challenge up the inside, but nowhere near strong enough there. Williams holds on cleanly into the final straight, and it's going to take the first wing, followed by LaRue, and then it's Gruber, followed by Becker.
As we go back through the petrol head replay, look at LaRue getting sideways down the Devil's Staircase there. That allowed Gruber to catch right up, but Williams making the most of her run there from lane 3. And then we didn't see this in chase cam, but check this out. So you've got Williams and LaRue going through, and then Gruber comes in, and just as he's exiting, he gets a little nudge there in the rear end, but he keeps it together, and that precision German machinery stays beautifully on the track, and he holds on for third spot.
You know, we had a complaint last week.
Oh, why is that?
Well, because we were bashing the Fords.
Well, on the bright side, there won't be any Ford bashing this week because none of them were good enough to make it through to the final round.
And that right there is what he was talking about.
I'm sure I don't know what you mean, Spanners.
Moving on, it's Williams and it's Gruber out in front, but Becker now making a challenge around the outside, slips right past Gruber as they hit State Highway 1. The two Germans now opening up a lead over the rest of the field as they head into the start of Magnus Mountain. Becker into the switcher. Here comes Gruber up the inside. Makes a beautiful pass there. He just needs to make it stick now all the way to the finish. We head into the final straight. Down comes Gruber, and it looks like Becker's gone sideways. Williams gets past and LaRue spins out as well.
I'm surprised Anton lost his nerve there, but what a drive from Wendy Williams to slip right on by. Pick up those extra points. But it was Gruber out early here, and Williams lagging behind the rest of the field by quite a bit. But then Becker with a beautiful overtake around the outside of Gruber there, and somehow Williams picked up some great pace over LaRue to stay ahead as they got onto State Highway 1. Look at that battle as they bounce on down. But this overtake from Gruber was just stunning.
Yeah, he obviously wasn't happy at being overtaken down State Highway 1 and wanted to prove a point. And then I guess Becker just floored it too early, put himself into the wall. Nice avoidance there by Williams, and LaRue just spinning out as well.
So as we go to the leaderboard, still fairly tight, but a lot of races to go. Williams just with a slight lead at the moment, 24 over Gruber on 21, then LaRue, and finally Walter Becker.
So we've got Williams now starting in lane number 1. Next to her is Becker, then LaRue and Gruber in the outside. Williams and Becker battling down the Devil's Staircase, and Becker gets just into the lead. LaRue now making a challenge. The lead has already changed a couple of times, and there's a battle between Gruber and Williams in the background. LaRue leading it into the start of Magnus Mountain, makes it up nice and clean into the switcher. Walter Becker goes through the main lane. He's not able to make the pass, and it looked like Gruber was trying to make a move on Wendy Williams there, but Williams holds on. LaRue down for the win. Becker in second, Williams in third, and Hans Gruber coming in fourth.
Williams was pretty quick off the draw here, gets the whole shot, but what a drive from Walter Becker. Just gave it the beans, and then this move here, just a beautiful overtake in that tiny little gap, but makes it stick. And check out the battle in the background between Hans Gruber and Wendy Williams. Those two were bashing doors the whole way down.
Yeah, I feel like those two have got a grudge going on between the two of them. But as we take a look at the scores from that round, LaRue picks up maximum points. That moves him into second place on 29. Williams leading the pack on 33, but overall it's still very tight with only 9 points separating first and last place, and there's plenty of points to go yet.
And I feel like every point is going to be important in this race because all these drivers are so good, and they've just been putting on such a good demonstration.
And jinx much as it looks like LaRue and Becker are out. They seem to have tangled up just after the Devil's Staircase. Not sure where Williams is. Hans Gruber with a track to himself takes it easy up Magnus Mountain. Here comes Williams. She's miles behind. Gruber now just has an easy drive all the way to the finish, and he's going to do it in style. Picks it up in a good time. Williams finishes as well, but I'm not sure what happened to the other two.
I think that might have been caused by Walter Becker here. So he comes down a little bit loose, bounces up and then goes sideways. Paul LaRue had nowhere to go. Looks like he thought he might have been able to go up the inside, but just got shut down, and unfortunately that was their race over.
And with only passing one checkpoint, that is not going to be good for their overall scores, and that's going to allow Williams to extend her lead as well as allowing Hans Gruber to move up.
Yeah, so we're halfway through, and Williams just holding on by 2 points over Gruber. The other two not out of the contention yet, but they're going to have to pick it up if they want to stay in this race.
Now, speaking of races, make sure you tune into Gravity Throttle Racing if you haven't already, because the Gravity Chaos Rallycross competition is about to kick off. The time trials have been done, and the competition should be starting this week. And then once they're done at Gravity Throttle Racing, they'll be coming down to Chaos Canyon to complete the competition, so stay tuned.
If you've never eaten a chocolate starfish donut before, then you're missing out. Whether you go for one filled with cream or just a regular one smothered in delicious chocolate, you'll be the envy of all your friends. Get your chocolate starfish donut fix, only at Buster's Donuts in Chaos Canyon.
Now for the second half, we've mixed up the order of the drivers, so we've got Gruber now starting in lane number 1, next to him Williams, then Becker and LaRue in lane number 4 as we get underway. Hans Gruber out early. It looks like Becker is going to overtake him as they hit State Highway 1, and he does. A nice clean overtake there. Not sure what's happened to LaRue and Williams. I see them in the background there just, but Becker is going to lead them up Magnus Mountain into the switcher first. Gruber, can he pull off another overtake? No, he can't, but he is right on Becker's bumper, and here he goes up the inside. Oh my God, I can't believe he almost hit that.
That was incredible. Did you see the way he drifted into that corner?
That was an insane overtake maneuver there.
Again, Gruber had the lead early on, got a little bit slowed down coming down the Devil's Staircase. That allowed Becker to get in front of him, but boy, he was not letting that go. Check this out. I have to see this again. So Gruber tried to get past him, couldn't quite get it, and look how close he gets here, and then bang, pulls the handbrake, drifts up the inside. Becker thought he was going to be overtaken, but he kept his line and pushed Gruber into the wall in what was one of the most amazing battles we've had on this track yet.
It was certainly the ballsiest overtaking maneuver I've ever seen, but that now ties Hans Gruber and Wendy Williams for first place on 51, and Walter Becker and Anton LaRue on 38. I can't believe the scores are so tight.
I wonder if these BMW boys are going to go at it again.
As we get underway for race number 6, looks like Williams took the whole shot, but here comes Becker down the outside again, with LaRue now pushing through into first place just, and Hans Gruber makes the overtake down State Highway 1 over Walter Becker and pulls right up on the bumper of LaRue. Can he get around as they go up Magnus Mountain? LaRue almost lost it coming up Magnus Mountain, kept it together, but we've got Gruber going through right on his tail, and the BMW's nose to tail again. LaRue under all sorts of pressure here, but Gruber comes in second, Becker third, and Williams will come through for fourth.
I cannot believe that LaRue managed to hold that. I thought he was a goner for sure. And Williams here was in the lead briefly before Becker put the moves on. That allowed LaRue though to slip through, and what a great drive from Hans Gruber. He kept that throttle pin wide open all the way, but check out LaRue, goes sideways, slides up the mountain on his side, gets it back under control, but then we've got Hans Gruber here powering up behind, and he goes through the Joker lane right behind him. That was just an insane maneuver. We hadn't seen that one before.
Hey, I've just noticed on the Tuck and Roll billboard, there seems to be a lot more bogans up there.
Well, what did you expect? That's where all the action is. That's where the bogans want to be.
So we're just not worrying about spectator safety then?
Well, let's be honest, did we ever?
Well, yeah, no, you're right. Fair call.
Plus, they're only bogans, and those things breed faster than rabbits.
So what you're saying is we're really doing a public service.
Very much, yes.
And with that, the scores tighten up, and Hans Gruber moves into the lead to 62 points. Wendy Williams on 59, only 3 points behind as things heat up for the final 2 races.
And depending on how these drivers finish, it's still anybody's race at this point.
And it's Becker with the lead into the Devil's Staircase. But it looks like Gruber is going to hold on to the lead as they go down State Highway 1 and leads into the forestry section. Then we've got Becker, Williams, and finally LaRue. Gruber up Magnus Mountain into the switcher. Walter Becker now in through the main lane, can't catch up to Gruber. Gruber needs to keep it tidy here with Becker hot on his tail, closing that distance, but it's not going to be enough. He holds on for first place, and Wendy Williams spins out. That is not a good time for her to lose points.
At a critical time in the race like that, you really need every point, and Williams is probably going to hurt after that one.
And do we know where LaRue got around Williams?
Yeah, it was in the Joker lane. You see the 2 BMWs go through then Williams, and LaRue just gets the power underway a little bit sooner Laguna out of the switcher and picks up that extra point. That could be the game changer. So Hans Gruber now out on 75 points. He's almost untouchable. Wendy Williams has got a shot. The other two don't really have a shot with only 13 points left to go. So it all comes down to this race and the final positions in this race. LaRue getting loose, gets up on the sidewall but holds it together, and there's a huge battle between Hans Gruber and LaRue as he tries to get around. Wendy Williams now gets into the lead while those two are scrapping, and she's leading them into the forestry. No sign of Becca anywhere. Williams up Magnus Mountain nice and clean, LaRue on her tail. But Williams needs this win and maximum points. Can she hold on? She gets a little bit loose. LaRue gives her a tap from behind. Williams holds on, takes the win. LaRue comes through. And we've lost Gruber. He's flipped over going up Magnus Mountain. And there's Becca back at the start. That was pretty much an ideal race for Williams here. Gruber doing a great job to battle LaRue. I really thought he was going to squeeze on past there, but that track does narrow down. LaRue manages to hold on and stay into second. But Gruber here, you watch, there goes LaRue getting a little bit lifted and Hans Gruber getting flipped right over. And unfortunately, that means he's only passed 3 checkpoints. So with that, what does that do? The final scores? Oh my goodness, Wendy Williams by 1 point.
Well, it doesn't get much tighter than that. That was absolutely the ideal finish for Wendy Williams. What a drive.
I imagine Gruber's got a few choice words for his team after the car let him down in that final lap. He only had to get past 1 more checkpoint or 2 for the win, but that's the way the BMW crumbles, I guess. So congratulations to Wendy Williams and the Bentley Continental.
And another action-packed set of races there. Possum Hill's turning out to be quite a beast of a track, and we're really looking forward to hosting both the Outlaws and, of course, the Gravity Chaos Rallycross cars. Alright, that's enough from us tonight. Thanks very much for watching. I'm Tom Spanners Watson. He's Frank the Guru Goobs. We look forward to seeing you next time.